Hi.
Hey.
Jeremy Truck.
Why are you so stupid?
Who are you?
I'm Tammy Truck.
You're Tammy Carr.
But you're Jeremy Truck.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, if I'm married to you, I gotta be a truck.
Who are you?
Wife.
That's funny. Come on, who are you?
Your wife?
And it's your name.
Tammy Truck.
She wants to be Tammy Truck. Say your name.
Tammy Carr.
I'm Jeremy Truck.
Oh.
That's how it's supposed to go. Hey, everybody, or anybody that have wanted to try, has been wanting to try fermenting, and maybe intimidated or don't know
going across my face?
or doesn't know the ratio's. Tammy is. I've been saying I was going to film Tammy do her thing, give you little tips. I know she told me, hey, there's thousands of videos. You can go watch those. Well, I said no, they want to watch you. So here we go. All right, what do we got? What's going on? The simple way.
I don't know the ratios off the top of my head. I just know the ratio for what I'm doing today. So I'm going to make 4 cups of brine. It's so simple. It's water and salt. 4 cups.
And so what are we doing? The water matter? Does the
Water matters.
Okay.
Water matters. You don't want any thing that's going to kill bacteria in your brine because you're trying to grow the bacteria. So you definitely want filtered water.
Okay, so like this is a Berkey filter. But what about if they go to the store, what do they buy? They have to buy like a special... Distilled, okay, distilled.
Okay, so 4 cups of water. And then I'm going to put it in the microwave for a couple minutes.
Do we have to use that bowl?
I'm going to put it in the microwave for a couple minutes to warm it up. You don't want it hot, but you want it warm enough to dissolve your salt. And I'll be back in a minute.
Gotcha.
Okay. So while the water's warming up in the microwave, and I got my loud washing machine going on in the background.
Oh my God. Go ahead.
I guess we can just talk about some things you might need when you're fermenting. I like to use the wide mouth. Actually, you should always use the wide mouth because the fermenting lids are made for the wide mouth. You can use cork.
Fermenting lids, hold on. Fermenting lids, you got to order these on Amazon or where? Pretty much?
Yeah, you can get them anywhere.
They are.
They allow the gases out and they don't allow oxygen in. So if you don't have these, you would have to burp your ferments every day to let the gas out, or else you could explode your jar.
What's burping?
Taking the lid and
opening it, cracking
the gas
it.
out.
All right, so let's see what that lid looks like.
So this lid,
yeah,
this one in particular,
yes, got a little orange.
got a little nipple on there.
Okay, so let's gas out.
It allows gas out. It does not allow oxygen.
What's the name of that brand? You know?
Just, you know what,
oh yeah, fermenting lids. That's right.
I have no idea.
But we know they're called fermenting lids. Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Okay, so, and then you'll want weights to hold down because anything that comes up over the brine has the potential of molding. So you want to make sure everything's going to stay under your brine. So you can either use the traditional weight or
glass weight,
or the spring.
Spring. Okay.
Yes. All right. I'll be back in a minute. All right, so we're gonna make the brine. Now the water's warm, not hot, just enough to dissolve your salt. I like to use Redmond real salt. You can use pink Himalayan. Don't use table salt, it's junk, but try to get a good salt. Now for 4 cups for a 2% brine, which is what I use most of the time for vegetables. I actually did bump it up a tiny bit because I'm using peppers, but for a 2% brine.
2% versus water? 2% salt, what is that?
It's called a 2% brine.
Okay.
Okay. And for 4 cups, you're going to put 19 grams of salt. But like I said, I'm going to add a little bit extra because I'm adding peppers, and you got to add a little bit extra salt brine for peppers.
And how much water again? I forgot.
This is for 4 cups.
So 4 cups of water. You're weighing. She got a scale. She's weighing it. And so it's 4 cups of water to how many parts salt?
So traditional 2% would be 19 grams, but I'm putting a little bit more salt
I
in
understand.
there.
Right.
So I did about 28 to 30 grams.
Oh wow. Okay. So anywhere from 19 grams to 30 grams, depending on if you like it.
Well, also it depends on what you're fermenting. That's what I'm saying. Peppers need to be at a higher percent.
Oh.
They need to be 3 to 5%. There's charts you can find online for that.
Oh, okay. What about carrots and
2%.
jicama? And...
2%.
Oh, okay. Well, I say those because she's going to tell you about hers.
Well, yeah. See, in this one I have jicama and a pepper, so that's why I made it a little bit more than the 2%. In this one we got carrots, beets, and jalapenos.
Oh, okay.
With a little bit of ginger in there too.
And then this one is the jicama.
Yep.
With no water brine in it.
Nope.
Make sure. I can say, do chop your vegetables first and put them in the jar first. That way, when you fill the brine, it won't. You won't be spilling over the water.
Basically, what he's trying to say is you want to pack as much vegetable as you can into this, and all you're doing is topping it off with the brine, bringing it to the top, making sure everything is submerged under the water, and putting the fermenting lids on top. The carrots and the jicama, I usually leave them out for 2 to 4 weeks because they stay crunchy for a long time. Once they're at your desired fermentation, you can put them in the refrigerator and they can last in there for up to a year probably, or even maybe longer. It just depends on how they taste to you. The texture, the more they ferment, the softer they can get. So things like asparagus, it ferments really, really quick, like within days. Beets and carrots, weeks and weeks and weeks.
And to see if it's working, what are we looking for?
Cloudy. You want your water to be cloudy.
Start getting cloudy.
That's right.
So, like, let's say jicama is not as dense as beets and carrots. We can start looking at it and maybe tasting it. What, after a week?
Yeah.
3 days? No.
No.
That's okay. That's what the asparagus. 3 weeks.
Yes.
3 days. Okay, so the water you just did and you stirred it up and it dissolved.
The salt dissolved, and once I fill up my jar, I'm going to top it off with the water and put my I'm going to use Springs. I like it, so I'll check back with you in a minute. On there, I hate that.
In case you haven't.
All right, so we got our brine. Our jars are filled up with our chosen vegetables. Like I said, this is jicama and hot peppers. And then we got our fermenting lids, our Springs or our weight, depending on which one you prefer. And all you're gonna do once you fill it up as much as you can with your vegetable, you just top it off with your brine. You don't want your brine to be hot. You want it to be cooled off because you're not trying to cook the vegetables. So once you fill it up, you take your Spring, or like I said, your weight. You lock down your lid, and then you take your, I don't know what you call it, but it sucks the air out. And what you're gonna look for?
Air sucker.
Okay, air sucker. You're gonna be looking for some bubbles that come up, and that tells you that all the oxygen's been pulled out. There they are. One more time.
Yeah. Oh, I see it.
See? Now, if you do it too many times, you actually end up pulling brine
out
the top of your.
Okay, but no big deal though.
See?
Yeah.
See all those bubbles? Oh, there it goes. Okay. So.
I think I see a bug in there.
A bug?
A little ant. Yeah, a traveler. A traveler.
So again, you just. So simple. You don't want your brine hot.
So we get a little protein.
Yeah, a little fermented protein there.
A little ant.
Fill it up. And if you want to use the weight, you simply I like the ones that have little handles. You just.
Now with that one, not spill.
You put the weight on there.
Oh, okay.
And see this one, it takes up more space. So I think I filled my brine up too tall.
So you can use the Spring?
Yeah. Well, I can't get it out, so we're just gonna go with it. We're just gonna go with it.
Give it a push, huh?
Yep. All right. I personally, and I think Jeremy agrees, we prefer the Springs. They're easier to get in and out because watch, when you open up a Spring.
Yeah, you couldn't even get that one out.
Yeah, when you open up a Spring.
Just gotta be careful.
It pops up when it's fully loaded.
Yeah.
So it's easier to get out. And when you want to get this guy out.
Come on.
I mean, you gotta dig at it.
You gotta get a butter knife.
You gotta like flick it.
Hey, you got it.
So, I prefer the Springs.
Yeah.
All right, I hope this video helped. I'm sure you can tell it wasn't
Planned out.
it wasn't planned out at all. So
So we got jicama flavor, you know, peppers. We like peppers in everything kind of because they add flavor. Otherwise it'll just be, you know, it's not salty, but it
fermented.
has its own little fermentation. But so anyway, we choose, you know, things like carrots, beets, something that are hearty more often than not. Asparagus is kind of light, like she said, 3 days, but
Yeah, because otherwise it'll get really
keep the crunch.
squishy.
But then that's
Yeah.
even good. You can even add like red peppers and
Yeah.
flakes and just get creative. Garlic and stuff
Oh, yeah.
for flavor.
Yep.
Okay, so
Alright. I hope this video helped you guys.
yeah, us too, and like Tammy said, why, Jeremy? Why? Okay, because I care about humanity.
Oh my Lord, he's Miss America.
Even though I'm a meat eater, I care. Isn't that? Can you believe it? Anyway, no, really. If we eat meat, if we eat vegetables, whatever. We're not getting ferments. We're not getting probiotic food. We're not getting those.
And the good thing about the jicama is it's not only gonna be probiotic, but it's a very good prebiotic fiber. So probiotics are the bugs, and they live in your gut.
Large intestine.
And the prebiotics are the fibers that we don't digest that make it down to them and actually feed your gut bacteria. So
Undigestible
fibers.
So
they can grow and be happy little gut bugs.
Yeah, so that is why. Because I care about humanity. So let's see if I was going to ramble too much, I might as well make it worth it. If you run out and you come to Whole Foods, you can get fermented pickles. They got spicy ones as well. You can get, sometimes Walmart carries kraut. It's fermented for that kraut. Whole Food Sprouts, Walmart. And they've got, you know, other ones. They got red beet and cabbage. And even got kimchi, which adds some spice. Now, they do have, you know, carrots. But man, you know how cheap carrots are. So we don't go for that, we make our own. So anyway, but if you're in a pinch and run out, look for the ferments.